Hey everybody, Kneecap here. This video is for the upcoming changes in 7.1.5 for Paladin specifically. I cannot say that these are for sure going to be the changes made, but they are generally going to be very close or exact. So um, while a lot of us are hoping that this comes out maybe next week, some people are saying that's definitely not going to happen. These are the changes that are most likely going to happen, or they're going to be very close to these changes. Um, as far as paladins go, we'll start with retribution, and we'll go through talents, honor talents, and any other changes, and just kind of an overview of everything. As far as retribution goes, just in general, you're getting a 12% damage buff, so just kind of an aura on you, passive aura that won't show up. It's going to increase your damage by 12%. So um, if your Templar's Verdict did 300k damage, it's roughly going to do 330 something thousand damage instead. That's just kind of how that's going to work. So the first talent, Divine Hammer. Divine Hammer spin around you, damaging enemies within 8 yards for 90%, up from 45%, so they double the damage instantly every 2 seconds for 12 seconds. Divine Intervention reduces Divine Shield cooldown by 20%, down from 50%, so a little bit of a nerf there. Other than that, it's the same. Execution Sentence, Hammer falls from the sky, dealing 1700% of attack power, up from 1100%, so an increase of 600% there. Holy damage after 7 seconds. A new talent, Fist of Justice, because they reworked it. Each holy power spent reduces the remaining cooldown of Hammer of Justice by 2.5 seconds. Judgment reduces the remaining cooldown on Hammer of Justice by 10 seconds, has been removed. So it's just going to be Holy Power. Holy Wrath deals 200% of your missing health, as holy damage to 4 nearby enemies, up to 120% of your maximum health, and that deals 35% of missing health against enemy players, down from 50%. They've removed Seal of Light, infuse yourself with holy energy, increasing your movement speed by 20%, and they're replacing it with Judgment of Light, which, if you play Holy, you know what that is. When you judge a target, basically everyone who hits that target, including yourself, can be healed for how are they doing it? 20% of your spell power. I'm assuming that it's going to be your attack power, basically, if you're at, or the same thing. Word of Glory. Heal yourself up to 5 friendly targets within 15 yards for 1200% of spell power, up from 900%. Specialization wise, Avenging Wrath increases all damage you done by 35% and all healing done by 35% for 20 seconds. I'm trying to see what the change is there. Healing you deal. All damage done and there's all healing done. I don't know. I think they just changed the wording of that. Greater Blessings of Kings. It's absorbing a little bit more damage than it was before. 1.8 times spell power up to 2.7 times spell power. Greater Blessing of Might have been removed. There's a lot of controversy about this talent anyways. As of right now, there is no replacement for it. Greater Blessing of Wisdom. They are changing that. Can happen. It regenerates 1% of maximum health and mana per. Instead of 15 seconds, it's 10 seconds, and you can still only have one of those cast. Shield of Vengeance uh, creates a holy barrier, absorbs attack power times 20, up from attack power times 10. So it's going to absorb literally like twice as much damage. That's pretty cool. Honor talent wise, let's go to honor talents. There's only one change here. But honor talent wise, you have Blessing of Sanctuary, instantly removes all stun, fear, and horror effects, and cooldown change from 25 seconds to 30 seconds, so a little bit of a nerf there. So overall, Rhett got buffed by the aura thing, but kind of a nerf to Rhett, or at the very least, no change. But the aura hopefully will make up for all of that. That we'll just have to see how that plays out. I believe next up we have protection. Yep. So let's go to the protection talents. And for protection, we have Aegis of Light channels and Aegis of Light. The cooldown changed from 5 minutes to 3 minutes, so nice little change there on Aegis. Blessed Hammer throws a Blessed Hammer that spirals downward, dealing holy damage, and it's causing them to deal 12% less damage to you on their next auto attack, down from 15%. So a very minor nerf. I don't even know why if that was needed or not. Consecrated Hammer. Hammer of the Righteous has no cooldown. Protection. Hammer of Righteous, Shield of Righteous, and Hand of the Protector now always gain the benefit of Consecration. That's the change. Hand of the Protector calls down the light to heal a friendly target for 30% of the target's missing health. Cooldown change from 10 seconds to 10-second cooldown to 10-second recharge. Charges change from none to 1 charges. Hand of the Protector calls down heal from the protection. While you're specifically for protection, while you're standing in your consecration, hand protection healing is increased by 20%. There we go. That's nice. Holy Shield increases your block chance by 15%, up from 10%. And Judgment of Light, I just talked about that. Same as Ret. It's just a judgment that puts a healing on the target. Specialization changes, same thing with Avenging Wrath, kind of reworking the way it's phrased. Blessed Hammer throws a Blessed Hammer, spirals downward, dealing holy damage to enemies that it hits, causing them to deal 12%. I went over that already. Lighted Protector calls down the light to heal you, 30% missing health. And again, that's, I don't know why they had to put that in twice, but it's the same thing I just talked about. As far as honor talents go, honor talents guarded by the light. Your Flash of Light reduces all damage a target receives by 10% for 6 seconds, stacks up to 3 times, and they got rid of the reduces the mana cost to your Flash of Light. Hallowed Ground, your consecration clears and suppresses all snare effects on allies with all within its effect. So that's pretty cool too. So it's also going to suppress the snare effects as well as clearing them off. And that is it for protection. So not a ton of changes protection. It seemed like a very slight buff to me. I kind of liked it. So we'll get into the Holy now, which is what I mostly rate as. So it's probably the most interesting to me. So let's see what they're doing for us here. Holy, Beacon of Faith. Mark a second target as a beacon. Mimicking Beacon of Light, but at 20% reduced effectiveness. Cooldowns change from 3 seconds to none. So even more, that might be something I have to look into taking now. Beacon of Virtue. Apply a Beacon of Light to your target and 3 injured allies within 30 yards for 8 seconds. Your heals will heal all of them for 40% of the amount healed. Your Flash of Light, Holy Light also refund 30% of their mana cost. That's the change. It also costs change from 50% of base mana to 10% of base mana, so that's buffed as well. So both of the other beacons, other than the main beacon of Mastery, Master of Lightbringer, have been buffed. Fervent Martyr, casting Holy Light or Flashlight in your Beacon of Light reduces the mana cost of your next Light of the Martyr by 50%, which stacks up. So it makes eventually your your Light of the Martyr will not cost mana. Judgment of Light, it's just available in all specs. Kind of went over that already. Specialization, again, cooldown change from 3 seconds to none for Beacon of Light. Honor talents, there's only a couple changes here. Looks like most of the changes were to Ret, and there weren't a ton of changes at all. Avenging Crusader, cost change from none to 35% of your base mana, so that's going to be a little bit more costly there. And Ultimate Sacrifice no longer cancels when you're below 20% health. And just in general, the Fist of Justice ability, like I said, Judgment reduces the remaining cooldown of Hammer of Justice for 10 seconds for Holy and Protection. And honor talent wise, Luminescence, when you're healed by an ally, all nearby allies within 20 yards are also healed by 30% of the amount. It changed from whenever you're healed by any source, so it takes away when you're healed by yourself. So that is all the changes to Paladin. There's not a ton, so not too interesting. We're going to basically be the same overall as we were before the patch. Not a big deal there. As always, thumbs up and sub. It helps me out a lot. Hopefully this information helped you out a little bit, and everyone have a good one.